missing you, now I'm faded. Holding you, kissing you, calling you baby. Cold by the shake, I'm trying to drink you. Feel like I'm drunk, might need a taster. She got me nervous, I'm trying to be player. Let's leave the bar, go home and lay up. Rubbing your body, massaging your layers. Sip and get tipsy, we play a little later. I don't use a drink, but loving your flavor. Me and you make a good combination. When I hit it, look like you took a sip of the whiz. How you making them faces? Use that way, but I'm getting impatient.
You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes. Super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Now, it grieves me, it bothers me to say that KayFlock was just sentenced to 40 years in jail. And I know what some of y'all thinking. He deserved it. But at one point in time, so did I. But anyway, let me get into this, right? Ashley, we proposed an 11-point punishment plan. Music industry figures as third parties, custodians, move to Los Angeles, get a GED, 300 hours of community service each year. There are record companies, contracts available to him. Judge in the press, Judge Lyman. I have no question, Mr. Perez, you are not required to address the court. But now would be the time if you wish. KayFlock, yes, sir. What I was 18 is not what I am today. I feel like this time of my journey, raising me up as a man. KayFlock again. I grew up in a rough place. I began to support my family at 12. I began to support my family at 12. I was just a kid. I didn't really know better. I found God. I feel like sometimes you got to go through the darkness to find life. I could have been dead. That's all I got to say. See, that's the problem in the hood. What do you tell a 12-year-old boy who has a mother, who has children, and she has no answers for these children? And many a times, just like myself being a young man with a mother with 6 kids under one roof, you find yourself having to make a decision. When your mother can't afford to buy you sneakers and food is running out of the refrigerator because food stamps ain't enough and bills got to be paid, yada, 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 yada. I know nobody cares, but that's the story of the hood. And that was the story of my life. And that's the story of KayFlock's life. Niggas sold him the streets. He threw rocks at the penitentiary. And his reward was a 40-year sentence. All the big homies, they lied to him. Because they seen the younger version of Pistol Pete in him. So they gassed him. They praised him. And I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet my life on it. Most of them niggas ain't even sat down on the visitor floor or even wrote that little nigga a letter. They failed him. Because the streets is for sale, for suckers. If you can market the street and you can market ignorance, well, ignorance, it has a marketing. Some people get paid off of ignorance and they make a living off of ignorance. This is why you see niggas like Jim Jones still around. Ignorance is definitely for sale. The only difference is KayFlock was the real deal. And see, that type of energy, that type of strength, and that type of willpower to go against and have no regards for the establishment, it can't be tolerated because one day, black people is going to need a KayFlock on the front line. Remember, them young boys that's ending up in the penitentiary with 40 years, that's your military. These old niggas ain't got no smoke and don't want no smoke. They want all the accolades that come along with being a nigga from back in the days, but you ain't gonna see them doing nothing that they was doing back in the days because they got too much to lose. They touched the stove already. KayFlock had to find out the hard way. Even though he came up in the jungle, you gotta control the stove. You gotta learn when and how to turn down the fire. You control your own stove. The problem is other niggas set the temperature of the room and let that nigga burn out his light. I guess we just need to thank God that nobody is blowing out his candle. But the reality of it is, see, in jail, in prison, you buried alive. And by him getting 40 years in jail in the feds, if he don't come back on appeal, which is very, very hard, in the feds and give back some of that time, he's done. Stick a fork in him. I guess the only thing that KayFlock could do at this point in time is educate the younger niggas that's getting ready to come to the feds, build their minds up so when they come back out here, they know what they need to do. Because the mission don't stop. It don't. My prayers go out to KayFlock moms. I know I was hard on her in the past, but my prayers go out to her, Mama Flock. My prayers go out to the rest of your kids. Even though KayFlock should have been outside doing adult things at 12 years old, he had to decide to be the man of the house. Black women shouldn't be left with all the responsibility either. Black women shouldn't be left with all the responsibility neither. Y'all stay tuned though. We going live today, probably at 5. I might go live early. 5:30. I might go live early today. It's a lot to talk about. But this one right here hurts me. Why? Because KayFlock was just like me when I was a little nigga, out of control. I know what it's like. It's just like KayFlock at 18 years old. I was fighting murder charges. Thank God I'm here today to be sitting in front of this camera talking to y'all. Y'all already know my story. It is what it is. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Live life as if you on the run. And stay dangerous at the same time. Evil never takes a day off. My
Appreciate you for clicking on the video. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.